The Trader's Edge with your host, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters out there. Welcome, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of The Trader's Edge, coming to you live from the TFNN television and radio network. Yes, folks, television network, all you have to do is go to the homepage at TFNN.com. You can click on TigerTV. You can watch this show. In fact, you can catch all the archives of this show here from 9 to 10 on Channel 9 on TigerTV. You can also catch the archives of the Money Master Show. That's the show that follows today that Tom and I do. That is on Channel 10. And then also just simply a great day. It is terrific Tuesday. Following the Money Masters, we've got Kate Stalter. We go all the way out to Santa Fe, New Mexico. And then from 12 to 1, commercially free, uninterrupted, we're up in Chicago with Victor Jones. The warm-up band for the Tom O'Brien Show today is Mr. Ken Shreve. That's from 3 to 4. And then the Tom O'Brien Show from 4 to 6. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic Tuesday. You absolutely should be, folks. There's no reason not to. We're going to take a look at these markets. You've got the futures are up this morning. Of course, the futures were up yesterday morning, and they ran into a little brick wall. We're going to talk about that. Right now, you've got the Dow futures up 86 or so. The ES Mini trading out at 1374 even. That's up 10 points. You've got the NASDAQ futures up 15 this morning. They're out at 2678. Russell's up 7 points out at 802. King Dollar down only 6 ticks right now. You've got the gold contract trading out at 1655. That's up $5. You've got silver up 35 cents out at 31.73. Light sweet crude trading out at 104.58, up $1.65. If you take a quick tour around Europe, you've got the DAX up almost 100 points even, up 99.85 right now. The FTSE up 62 bucks. You've got Asia. Asia was off a bit last night. You had the Nikkei down 6 points. The Shanghai, that was off 23 points. The Hang Seng off 48. Our call number is 877-927-6648. And, yesterday we were talking about, or I was speaking about, taking a look at charts, because ultimately the way to win the game of life, folks, it's found just simply in one thing, our ability to choose meaning in life's circumstances. And that's what is really always taking place for us in the marketplace. If you can become a master of meaning, whether it's a master of meaning when it comes to these charts and these major intersections that we get to, or just simply a master of meaning in your life, folks, then you will become a master. And that's really what it's all about. We take a look at the crossroads of the charts that we have here. What I do have up on my screen is the ES Mini 60-minute chart. We can switch back to the 30-minute chart here yesterday, but I'm going to show you, and we're going to start off with the 60-minute chart here right now. What you can see now, folks, I say that trading the market's very, very much like driving a car. That rear view mirror is just looking at the past. That's looking at the left-hand side of the chart. And when you take a look at the left-hand side of the chart, when you take a look at where you came from, it'll absolutely help you to understand where it is that you're going to, especially when it comes to charting, because there are patterns that are out there. There's AB equals CD patterns. They help. They happen all the time. There's retracement levels. There's sacred geometry. You can take a look at the ES Mini up on my chart here right now. You'll see that it is retracing back to the 0.618 area, same area that we got to yesterday when it made a high at about 10:30. This morning we've got a little bit of a head start. It's getting up there at the 9:30 session. But what you can see is you made a high yesterday inside the ES Mini. In fact, it was at 10:30 when it put in the high at the 1375 time frame. Got up to 1375 and said, nope, that's when the sell-off began, moved all the way down. Closed out yesterday at about 6:15 or so, right at the 1362.75, drifted lower overnight until about 3 a.m., folks. Now, again, we're taking a look at a 60-minute chart here. You can see here at 3:30 in the morning, you had the ES Mini get down to a low of 1359.25. As the market was moving down, though, take a look at this, folks. Take a look at this bullish engulfing candle. In fact, let me just get rid of some of what is on the screen here. It might make it a little bit easier for you to read, because we can always put these tools back up on the screen. Take a look at what we have here happening at 3:30 in the morning. You've got Mr. Bullish engulfing, waking up, and not only, folks, did it engulf one candle session, but let's count them here. The easier way, let me just draw this line. That way I'm sure, and we're going to draw the line here because we're taking a look at the top of the body here. So you engulf 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 sessions. How about that? That is one heck of a engulfing pattern. Let me just refresh my screen because let me just make sure that everything here is in order. And so that way I don't want to give you out any bad information. Nope. Okay, so we take a look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You engulf 12 candles, folks. That is a big sign of a bounce. And sure enough, what you can see here is you can see the market, in fact, bouncing now. What did the market do? Well, the market was making A, B, C, D patterns. If we just simply take a look, let me get rid of a couple of things also on the screen here. Let's get rid of this formation tool that is out there. Let's delete that. There we go. You can take a look at A, B, C patterns here on the way down, and those are what we call the major intersections. So when you're driving your car, you want to be able to identify major, just like when you're driving. You're taking a look at those stoplights. Is that a stoplight you're coming to, or is that a green light? Is that a yellow light? It's really the same thing that goes on inside these markets each and every day. And the major intersection that we're going to start with here is the one on the 60-minute chart that starts at 2:30 in the afternoon on April the 2nd. That becomes our A point. The high out there, 1417.75. We get down to another major intersection right here at about 7:30 in the morning on the 60-minute chart. That was on April the 5th and made a low there of 1386. Retraces back up here to a high on the 60-minute chart at 11:30 in the morning. Does that on April 5th, gets up to 1397. What does it do? It makes a 1 to 1.272. A to B equals CD down, folks. And in there, we had the market bouncing. When the market bounced up, what did it do? It made another ABC pattern. Let's take a look at that major intersection. So you can see the major intersection. If I just simply shorten up this chart, you can see there's no price movement underneath there. That was another major intersection in the charts. If we take a look at the ABC off of that major intersection in our road to success, we're going to take a look at starting at 1362.50 at about 2:30 in the afternoon. We're going to come down to made a high up there at 11:30 on April the 11th out at 1370.50. What's it do? It moves on down into the 4:15 time frame. That's on April 11th. And look at that. We make another A to B equals C to D at the 1.272 area. It gets up to the actual 1 to 1.272. A to B equals CD. Completes at 1385. Actually, you get up in the ES mini into the 1388 area. What's it do? It makes another AB equals CD on the way down when it gets up to that major intersection. Again, folks, those are what we call swing points. So you hear swing points. I'm just trying to correlate this to something that you do each and every day that is absolutely normal, because you hop in your car, you drive, you get to major intersections. When you see those yellow lights, you slow down. When you see it's a green light, you keep on cruising through, and a red light, you stop. It's the same thing that goes on inside these marketplaces here. It's the same thing that goes on in life each and every day. The A point here on the next AB equals CD down, just normal breathing patterns. You're taking a look at 1388.50. That's the high put in at 9:30 at night on the 12th. It makes its B point down at 5:30 in the morning. That is on April the 13th. It moves up into a high at 7:30. It does that at 1385.25. Then it makes the mother of ABCs on the way down. It does a 1 to 2. If you had the art of the chart, if you had Tom's book, excuse me, just a little brain fart there. If you had Tom's book, what you would see, what you would hear there, or if you attended one of his master trader courses, what you would know, folks, is that when you do a 1 to 2, A to B equals C to D, you normally, and I mean normally like 99 of the time, you're going to have a change in trend. And that's what we saw happen yesterday. That's when we came on the air. We were watching that change in trend unfold. And what you did, that change in trend should have stopped right around the 1382 area. That was a price projection. What we just look for are outstanding outcomes, because there are no failures, folks, only outcomes. You actually had the ES Mini get down into the price point of 1360.50. 1360.50. We thought when we came on the air yesterday that we were starting our next A to B equals CD up. That A to B equals CD up, folks, we could start that off right here at the low at around 3:30 in the morning. Same price point, 1360.50. It made a B point, which was right at 6:30 in the morning. The high there was 1371.25. And the C point, as we were coming on the air at 9 a.m., that looked like that was going to be right there at the 1365 area. What you can see is it really did almost a one-to-one. 1376.26 looked like it was really going to take off, get up into that 1382 area. But what happened was, folks, it ran into this red line going across there. You know what that was, folks? That is a lunar phase. That lunar phase stopped. It's dead in its track. I don't know how it works. I just know that it does. It ran right into that lunar phase. It also ran right into the downdraft right after Good Friday when the ES Mini sold off after the jobs number. So it also ran into some real strong resistance. How do those 2 points line up with each other? I don't know, folks. I just know they do. What I also know is you're running into that resistance area. Right now, you can see the ES Mini got right back up to 1374.75. You're trading out at 1373 even right now as it's trying to attack that area. But we had one heck of a bullish engulfing that occurred here at 3:30 in the morning. I think it was 3:30. 3:30 in the morning. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume and the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's just wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back, 877-927-6648. Dow futures up about 83, ES Mini up 9 1/4, and out with the earnings before the bell today. You had Johnson & Johnson, J&J, the ticker symbol, they're up 0.27% in the pre-market. They're trading out right now at 63, well, let's see, 60, let me click on here. They closed yesterday at 63.98. They're up 17 cents on the last trade. That was trading out at 64.15. You had Coca-Cola. They came out with earnings this morning. They are up 1.46% in the pre-market. Trading out, last trade went out at 73.50. They closed at 72.44. That's up 1.46%. You had Comerica Bank, Comerica Park. That's in Detroit, folks. You had CMA as a ticker symbol there. They're up 6% in the pre-market. They closed at 30.86. Last trade went off at 32.70. That's up 5.96%. That's $1.84. Goldman Sachs came out with numbers as well. Closed out yesterday at 117.73. It looks like the last trade fired off at 118.71. That is up about almost 1%, up 0.83%. Coming out with the numbers today after the, we're in full swing into earnings season. Those are just the highlights out there. What we take a look at the market releases. After the bell today, you're going to have IBM, Intuitive Surgical, Yahoo, Seagate, Linear Technology, amongst a bunch of others out there. And if we go just simply switch over to Europe, let's go take a look at what's going on over in Germany at the DAX. And you can see the DAX right now up 98 points at 67.2387. And the DAX here so far has rejected the March 7th swing point. Why is that important to understand? Because that was a major intersection when you take a look at the DAX. March 6th for us here in our markets was a major intersection. So we can go take a look at our indexes, our ETFs, see how things are trading when we come take a look at that area. If you do take a look at the DAX here, you only close below that March 6th area one day. Actually 2 days. You just slightly closed below it on April the 10th when it closed out at 66.06. The actual swing point low there is 66.12. You then closed below it again on the 13th. That was 2 trading sessions ago. And then you just simply, yesterday, you came back up and you closed just slightly above it. Remember yesterday, if you were listening either to this show or the Money Master show, I indicated that it was going to be real important to give you a clue. You want to take a look around the world, see how things are closing. In this case here, as long as it was a bit bullish of a signal to see the DAX close above 66.12, 61. Where did it actually close yesterday? It closed at 60. 66.25.19. You can see right now today it's trying to get back inside this longer-term uptrend channel. Real important again today to watch the DAX, see if it is going to fail at this area. Yesterday, all that it did was it touched the bottom of that upper trend line. Today, you're inside it. You'll want to see it close inside with conviction if you are a bull in the marketplace. If you're a bear, you're going to want to see this fail again. You're going to want to see it close somewhere below that trend line that is with the DAX. If we take a quick look over at the FTSE, let's go over to London, see what they're doing over in the UK. If we take a look at March 6th, let's try to find the March 6th swing point here. In this case here, it is March 7th. So the FTSE actually showing that it is weaker than the DAX because the low on the March 7th swing point is 57.55. You're trading out right now at 57.29. What did the FTSE do? The FTSE did make a 1-to-1, almost a 1-to-1.272. A to B equals CD, which would have taken it down into the 58 range. It actually got down to a low. The low point came in on April 11th, got down to 55.76. 55.76 versus 55.58 or so. So it completes that 1 to 1.272, is trading up towards the top of its session today. And what's that all about? Well, you know, it's all going to be about King Dollar and Queen Euro. King Dollar here, what we can see, King Dollar right now is trying to move down into the bullish engulfing that was formed on April the 3rd, 2012. The high there, 79.65. You're trading out at 79.67 right now. Every time they try to push down on that string, it says no. And if it says no again, what you're going to see in these markets, you're going to see a pop and a drop. If you can get the U.S. dollar index to close inside that swing point, which it did here back on April the 12th, that sets up a possibility of a run down towards the bottom of that candle. That low there, folks, being 78.79. Again, you're trading out at 79.67, seeing a little bit of a rejection here of that level. 877-927-6648. We get back. Let's go see how these markets are going to pop. We'll be right back, folks.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
In the world of financial markets, there's a new player in town with an exciting new way to trade the markets. Nadex now offers binary options as well as bull spreads in a wide range of indices along with commodity and forex markets. With as little as $100, you can gain access to a new way to trade global financial markets while guaranteeing that your risk will always be capped. Nadex allows you to multiply your trading opportunities in ways never imagined before and access markets you once thought were out of reach. With short-term trading opportunities available, including binary options expiring each hour the market is open, Nadex allows you to take advantage of a variety of market conditions regardless of volatility or market direction. Now is the time to take advantage of this exciting new market. Don't let this trading opportunity pass you by. Open your account today by clicking on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Nadex, a better way to trade. You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air and you've always thought about trying out his newsletter, Market Insights. Well, now is the perfect time. For a limited time only, when you sign up for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights, we'll send you a free copy of Tom O'Brien's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System. If you decide to cancel within the 2-week trial period, pay absolutely nothing and keep Tom's book as a free gift from us. Tom sends out his daily newsletter each morning by 9:30 a.m. with trade recommendations, including price targets and price stops. As recently as March 21st, Market Insights subscribers closed out a position for more than a 25% profit in just over 2 weeks. To get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights, along with your free copy of The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Supplies are limited for this one-of-a-kind special, so act today and don't let this opportunity pass you by. Offer only valid for new subscribers. In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and the Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
To the races. You got the small caps out in the lead. They're up to 8 points, trading out at 806.39. Right behind it, you've got the Dow up 119 points, trading out at 13.041. In third place, we've got the S&P 500 up 3/4 of a percentage. They're up 13.79. Trade out at 13.79 right now. That's up 10 points. And in last place, you've got the composite up 0.5%, up 17 points right now. You've got Apple trading down $4. You did not have a gap down, at least below that island area inside Apple. At least I don't believe we did. We're going to go take a look at those charts. If we take a look at what's popping and what's dropping, what's grooving, and what's moving, well, moving to the upside, you've got Google. Google up $5 right now, leading the charge dollar-wise. That's up almost a full percentage point. You've got Cummins Inc. CMI is a ticker symbol there. They're up 2%, up $2, trading out at 116.29. IBM ahead of earnings, up $2.50. That's up 1.25 percentage. You've got Citrix Systems, CTXS. They are up $2. That's up 2.5%. You've got, the Bard CR Inc., BCR. They are up 2%. That's up $1.91, trading out 97.78. You've got Schlumberger, SLB, the ticker symbol. They're up 2.3%. That's up $1.57, trading out at 69.01. Caterpillar up $1.38. That's up 1.2%. Coca-Cola, again after earnings, up $1.65, up 2.29%. Chevron up. Of course, I just lost that on my screen. Was up, and now it's. I'm sure it's still up, but just not in the top 15 that we've got here. Let's go take a look at what is grooving to the downside. You've got Apple grooving to the downside, off only $3.70 right now. That's down about just a little over 0.5%. Inter Oil Corp, IOC, right behind them in second place, down $3.70 or so. That's down just a little over 0.5%. Let's see, Apollo Residential, AMTG, Must be a mortgage company. Paula Residential Mortgage, they are down 6%. That's down $1.15. Baidu off 80 cents right now. So on the way down, not a whole lot over $1, and on the way up, my screen is lit up with stocks over $1. Dow trading up 123 points right now. Let's go take a look at the ETFs and see what we have going out there. Just simply on the 10-minute charts here. I had it on my screen and I made one click, and it's gone. Let's pull that back up. So let's go take a look at what used to be the strength in the marketplace. Let's go take a look at the Qs, see what we have right there. And in the first 5 minutes of trading, we're now, 7 minutes into the trading session. You opened up, you did 1.2 million shares, trading out right now at 65.84. Just simply trying to get up over the 0.382 retracement area off of its last swing point high, which we can see out here. Let me just get rid of a couple things out here. The last swing point high, folks, came in at 935. Again, we're just looking at 5-minute charts out here before you saw a cascade to the downside. If we just simply take our retracement ruler, go from the high of that intersection, which would be at 935 at the open on April 16th. That was yesterday, down to the low that was put in yesterday at 1020. What you will see is you are now up above that 0.382 area. When you get above that, folks, that says you're going off to Sweet 618. Sweet 618 on the Qs would take you up into the $66 range. What you're going to want to see is, unlike what you see here, which is, a lackluster volume, you're going to want to see volume picking up. We'll come back, we'll take a look at that, but you don't see any real, now, 938, so 3 minutes into this last bar, million shares versus 1.2 million shares. So it looks like volume is picking up just a bit. Let's go take a look at what used to be weakness and take a look at the small caps. Let's take a look at the IWM, see what the IWM is doing. The IWM, as you can see, much stronger as you come off of where it started to cascade, going back all the way to April 12th. If you take a look at the cascade off of yesterday, let's just take a look at yesterday. You can see you gapped up above that time frame here. Where was yesterday's open? If I go back to April 16th, where is that? April. There we go. Thank you. So let's just get rid of some of the clutter out there. So April 16th, yesterday at 935, you did gap open. You gapped open with 1 million shares, 1.07. Let's go see what you gapped up with today. You gapped up with only 980,000 shares. Not a whole lot of conviction behind that gap open. Makes you say, something to think about. Let's go take a look at the ABC pattern that it is creating out here, and it is creating it because you have gone over the B point. Looks like without conviction, the B point had, take that back. The B point actually did have 658,000 shares. When you did open up this morning, you did it with 785. So on the small caps, you've got a confirmed A to B equals C to D. When you gap up into it, you're going to do more than a 1-to-1 A, B equals C, D. That says that as soon as it gets its sight set on 80.83, which wide open is 81.19. Now at 80.83, what that's going to do, it's going to get you back into the highs that were put out there on April 12th. Let's go ahead and pull this back a little further. It doesn't matter what time frame of a chart you're looking at. You can use them all the same, just simply to understand patterns that are out there. So at the 1 to 1.272, you'd be in no man's land. You'd be in gap area. If you can get some more conviction behind this move in the small caps, what that will do, that will take you all the way back up to where the last gap is inside the 5-minute chart that's going into the close from April the 5th. That would get you up into the 81.66 range. Let's go take a look at the SPYs and see what the SPYs are doing out there. SPY, folks, taking a look at that 5-minute chart as well. 5-minute chart, let's go take a look at the A to B equals CD pattern, and we're going to take a look at the B point out here. The B point came in yesterday at the high at 2 p.m. when the SPYs were up at 137.68. We're going to go ahead and draw the line, make it easier for you to take a look at. We're going to take a look at the volume. As it was up at that B point, it was a volume of 1.6 million shares, 1.59 million shares. What you can see is you did gap up above that this morning with volume, 3 million shares, twice the volume. Now you've got a confirmed A, B equals CD up on the SPYs. Let's go see where that would take us to. Let's take a look at the ABC. We'll just take a look at it, the longer term one right off of here. We're going to go to the major intersection. Came in yesterday morning at 1020 when it made a low of 136.58. B point, as we talked about at 2 p.m. yesterday, the C point into the close yesterday. You can see that you have already made a 1-to-1 A to B equals C to D, but this has got more juice in it, potentially more juice in it. As long as you continue with some volume here, that would take the SPYs next move up to 138.39. Let's round out the session, and let's go take a look at the Dow Diamonds. Let's go see what we have going on with the diamonds. You want to see synergy in this marketplace. So far, on a 5-minute chart, we've seen all of those B points taken out with volume. Let's take a look at the B point here on the Dow Diamonds. That's going to be also at 2 p.m. On the 5-minute chart, you're looking at 129.70. Let's go take our little tool. Let's draw the line across there. Let's go take a look at the volume as well. We're going to drop down to the volume that was happening at 2 p.m. And what we can see here is you came through that this morning with a gap with volume, wide price bar there. And you got to also paint in your mind the wide price bar here, folks, because a gap is telling you something. Of course, now what you did have in that last 5-minute session was a shooting star. So we're going to have to see, is that all that this had? Let's go take a look at the ABC inside the Dow Diamonds. You know, you did have the Dow finish up yesterday. So the A point is going to be at the 4 p.m. session low, which was 128.27. That was on Friday, April the 13th. We're going to use as a B point yesterday's close. Let me just redraw that. Let's go take a look. So again, we're going to start off here at the low of 128.27. We're going to make our B point, which came in at 2 p.m. That was at 129.70. The C point was yesterday at the close when it made a low of 129.09. So let's go ahead and pull this back here a little bit further. Let's pull this down. Well, let me just shrink it down. That'll be easier. The 1-to-1 A to B equals C. D is at 130.52. And so that looks like, because of the gap up, because of how you came off that C point, what that really says is the target is more like 130.90. That is on the diamonds, and this, folks, is on a 5-minute chart. If you were trading this, you would stay on the 5-minute chart. Let's go take a look at popping and dropping. Well, you got Priceline popping today, Google popping today, Apple popping today, whereas yesterday they were selling off. Let's go take a look at those three stocks. Let me just close these windows down. Let's see what they are all doing. Close all windows. Let's go take a look at Priceline, PCLN, because that thing, let me come here. That thing was down hard yesterday, and we'll take a look. You're at 712, 711.26 right now, trading inside yesterday. Let's see, did you test yesterday's low? Yesterday's low, 690, 895. Did you trade below that already? You traded down to a low, 699.05. You have not. Let's go put this on a short-term chart here. Let's go see what's going on the 5-minute chart here on Priceline PCLN. Let's see. So this morning you're up. Let's take a look at the last volume bar on the way down. Where did you have the big sell come in on Priceline? It is right here. You're right into that supply line. That happened at 10:20 yesterday. 87,490 shares. We're going to see if that whale is still around, because you take 87,000 shares. Now, it wasn't just one transaction, obviously, but 87,000 shares times $700. That's a decent amount of cash there. Right now, the high on that candle was 712.59. What did you get up to so far? You got up to a high of 712.63, trading out at 711. All right, now let's just draw a line across there. We may come back and take a look at Priceline before the show ends, and if not, we'll certainly take a look at it on the Money Master show. Let's go take a look at Apple. Let's go put the Apple chart up here. AAPL. You've got Apple trading up $7 right now. And we're going to find out if we have nothing more than a counter trend bounce. We're going to know about that today when we start taking a look at today's volume. But let's take a look at it so far with 15 minutes into the trading session. You've done 6 million shares. Yesterday you came down with 37 million shares. That's not too bad. It's got a little juice behind it, a little Apple juice and a little bit of volume. So let's go drop down to a 5-minute chart on Apple. Let's see what we have going on out here. And let's take a look at the downdraft candle. We're going to take a look at Apple. What you're going to want to pay attention to is the price point of 585.23. You're trading out right now at 585.40. You're going to want to take a look at the top of that price point, 598.63. Why? Because you did 2.6 million shares during that 5-minute session. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this off, because we'll certainly be taking a look at that during today's shows here. And you can see you're up inside there right now. You are up inside there with lighter volume. So what do you have going on here inside Apple? could this just simply be a counter trend bounce? We're going to find out for sure. Let's go take a quick peek in on King Dollar. Let's go see what the King is doing. And the King is rejecting right now. It is rejecting that bullish engulfing from April the 3rd. If you're a bull, you don't want to see that. Don't get caught up in the markets being up 101 points because with King Dollar here only being, let's see, you got King Dollar up, all right, we're going to call it just about even on King Dollar here, but it is rejecting this all-important April 3rd high, 79.65. You're trading out at 79.72. That means if we go take a look at the Queen's probably having a hard time getting out of bed as well. The Queen here is taking a look at the swing point from March the 15th. What you'll see out there, that's the red line going across the top of the candle out here. That's this line where my cursor is at. And the top there is 131.183. 131.195 is where you're trading at right now. That thing gets back inside there. Then what you can take a look at, what the Queen did. I'm talking about the euro. If we just simply come from the swing point that was established on March 27th, the high out there, 1.33844, all the way down to the low. That was put in yesterday, April 16th, as it did its 100% move. What you can see is all that you've done is a dead cat bounce, a 0.382 bounce there. And folks, what that sets up, there's so many A, B, C, D downs inside the euro, and you want to be paying attention to that because you got the whopper. You got huge ABC. Just take a look at the euro here. Take a look at these continued lower highs that this makes here. And we're talking about, so continued lower highs out there in the euro. And if that is what we're looking at, folks, what you want to be doing is you want to be selling every bounce that you would see inside this marketplace. Why? Because that would take King Dollar up to the moon. Of course, we can't go up to the moon anymore. We got rid of all of our space shuttles. I believe they put one or maybe the last space shuttle on a 747 this morning, taking that up to Washington, D.C. That, folks, is a sight to behold. Watching the shuttle come in on the top of a luxury liner there. Very cool. I have seen that sight a couple of times as they have brought those shuttles back when they had to land them out in the desert and brought them back into Kennedy Space Center. I sure miss the space program. Don't know about you. And, part of that space program, well, that would have been Apple, folks. So 877-927-6648. Dow up 99 points right now. S&P's up 9. King Dollar, though. King Dollar not willing to give it up. And if we take a quick look around Europe, you got the DAX still up 100 points right now. We'll be right back, folks.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foresight Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to tfnn.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit tfnn.com today.
Hi, folks. Turns out my best student became my best teacher. Steve Rhodes absolutely raised my standards, and I'll guarantee he'll raise yours.
Thanks, Tom. What I've learned is that if you want more, you must become more. And that transformation, folks, that occurs the moment you decide to become a master. Now, the quickest way to mastery is through immersion. And for 2 solid days in Denver, Boston, and Tampa, I'll create a new standard of wealth for those few trader investors who have a burning desire to succeed. At my Master Trader course, I'll teach you how to create the ultimate money machine. These are the best-kept secrets in the business. Roadblocks, folks. Dabblers give up when they first appear. Stressors last just a little bit longer, but masters expect roadblocks and achieve extraordinary results when they bust right through them. I have all the benefit of knowing the type of wealth creation that I can generate for you. You don't. That's why I'm making this unconditional money-back guarantee. If for any reason you're not satisfied with my Master Trader course, I'll refund every penny. That's right. I take all the risk, and you get all the benefit. Go to the homepage at tfnn.com and sign up today.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back, and stay tuned. Following this show, we got the Money Masters with Tom O'Brien and myself, and then following that, we go all the way out to Santa Fe, New Mexico. We go out to Kate Stalter. Then from 12 to 1, Victor Jones today doing the Options Hour. Absolutely great show. Ken Shreve from 3 to 4, and then the Tom O'Brien Show from 4 to 6, folks. And if we take a look at the, I've got the daily chart now up on my screen on the Dow Diamonds. And what you can see here is the Dow did break through its uptrend channel. It did it with conviction on April the 10th. Came down with 12.9 million shares. And what you're doing right now is you are doing the channel dance. That's a little line dance, folks, only this is the line dance inside the stock market. You can see how the Dow, has gotten up. It is testing the top of that bar, and you're going to want to see, if you're a bull, you're going to want to see it get back inside there. And if you're a bear, you don't mind it just testing that area. Why? Because it's a place where you can absolutely put on a short, and you take a look at this right now here. If you just come and take a look at where you had the diamonds gap down on April the 5th, it should be pretty easy for it to stay inside this price point. You only did 4.1 million shares so far today in the first, 25 minutes of trading here in the Dow Diamonds. You've done 962,000 shares, but it is doing nothing more than a line dance. That is on the Dow Diamonds. Let's go take a look and see what other line dances are going on out there. Well, you've got a line dance in the SPYs as well. You can see that the SPYs came through the uptrend channel. It did it with conviction. That was also on April 10th. 235 million shares on the way down. Goes up with 153 million shares. That's on April 12th. Yesterday, not a lot of conviction necessarily behind the move. You came down with 147 million shares. You can see you're just simply dancing along the top of that uptrend channel there, folks. That is going to start giving us an indication here that the break to the downside is real. Why do you want to know that? Because when you just simply take a look at your AB equals CD pattern on the SPYs, the AB equals CD that's in there right now would take you to 132.45. And that makes all of the sense in the world. Why do I say that? Because at 132.45, you come all the way back to where the market broke out. And that was on February the 2nd. There was on the February 3rd, there was, a jobs report. Everybody got exuberant. You bounced up with 160 million shares. And so now it's going to be tough for the SPYs to break its B point, because that B point does have 235 million shares there. So it's going to have to break through that level. That's the low on April 10th, low there of 135.76. And all it's doing right now, it looks like, is building up a little bit of energy while it does its line dance. What else do we have out there doing any kind of dances? Well, let's go continue taking a look at what is popping and what is dropping out here. We've got some new droppers. You've got Granger, GWW. They are off 1.5%. And Inner Oil, we're going to take a look at both of those charts here on the screen. So Granger, GWW, down $3 right now. Q1 profit rises 19%. And, of course, the market is not digging it. Trading out here, looks like at 212.39. Is that the last trade there? 212.39. And so you got 212.39, which, really not too bad when you take a look at where it closed yesterday. Let me just put this up on the screen here. So it closed out yesterday's trading session at 215.59, just down a couple of bucks. Let's see, when this thing came down on the 10th, did it with 392,000 shares. Yesterday, you were up on 526. Actually, not too shabby at all. That's on Granger, GWW. Folks, our time flies way too fast. Have a great day. If I don't see you during the next hour, have a great Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow morning, 9:06 sharp. Take care, folks.
Well, it's always better when we're together.